After numerous deaths at the hands of police, the Black Lives Matter movement is growing.
And some experts say the movement can be a chance to reevaluate policing and stereotypes.
News 10's Jordan Kudish spoke with an ex-cop who's now an activist. She's in our newsroom with why he says supporting the cause can make police departments more effective.
Well, John and Leah, I spoke with Charles Hayes, and he says that policing and bias, they've been an issue for years. And he says that George Floyd's death was just the start to some change. Now, you may remember that George Floyd died at the end of May. That was after he was suffocated by the knee of a police officer. After his death, the Black Lives Matter movement uproared, but some say this is by far the first incident that has led to this. Now, Hayes was an officer in the 60s and told me he witnessed implicit bias firsthand with policing. He says that's part of the reason he was inspired to write his book, Blue Bias. He's hopeful that with his book, along with the movement, it can inspire others to take a second look at bias and racism.
Implicit bias still exists, and until you understand how our minds work and how we relate to differences, it's almost, if you haven't studied this intensely, it's very hard to understand it.
In the next 30 minutes, Hayes offers some advice when it comes to civilians and law enforcement. I'll tell you exactly what that is coming up, but for now, reporting live in the newsroom, Jordan Kudish, News 10.